Good morning, students. Very warm welcome to you all. Wishing you all a very prosperous and healthy, happy new year. Myself, Vaishali Ananda Lokhande from Turbe MPS. Today, I am going to take science. Dear students, do you know that in this corona pandemic situation, everything is hampered? But we at BMC from Education Department had brought education to your doorstep so that education should not be hampered in any situation. So now we will begin with our session. Yes, students, we will start with our session. Before starting the session, we will have a small prayer. I'll request you all to close your eyes and join your palms for the prayer. Father, we thank you for the night and for the pleasant morning light, for rest and food, for loving care, and all that makes the world so fair. Help us to do the things we should, to be to others kind and good. In all we do, in work or play, to grow more loving every day. Once again, I would like to welcome you all for our BMC online education. Medium English, today's our subject is science. Before moving to the subject, I'll just play one energetic music for you all. Do you all enjoy the music? Yes, students? Can be any guesses for our today's topic? Yes. Today's our topic is sound. So we'll move on to our topic. Today we are going to cover introduction of sound, importance of sound, how sound is produced, and propagation of sound. Now, what is sound and what does it play a role in our daily life? Sound is a form of energy. Sound plays an important part in our daily life. How? It helps to communicate with each other. And do you know, students, we hear wide varieties of sound in our surrounding. Yes, for example, bell. Do you all miss the school bell? So let's play the music of the school bell. Yes, students? Yeah. So what happens to the bell? When, if the bell is stretched, okay, what happens? It produces the sound. Now what? This is a stretched rubber. We all play with the rubber bands. Now this stretched rubber produces sound due to vibration. Do you like to play this drum set? Yes, we'll enjoy the music of the drum set. Yes. How this child is playing a drum? He is beating a drum, stretched membrane of a drum, which vibrates and it produces the sound. Now, Google. Are you missing a Google, NCC camp, Scout and Guide camp? When this Google produces the sound, it gives us the identification that we have to be attentive. First, we'll hear the sound of the bugle and then we will move further. Yes, students, in Google, what happens? The air vibrates and it produces the sound. Now, we are going to see the importance of sound. Do you know sound help us to communicate with each other? And how? By understanding the context of the words spoken to each other. Right, students? Right now, I am talking to you and you all are able to hear me. It's because of the sound. And another important thing of the sound is it helps the people to protect from danger. How? For example, when we are crossing a railway track or when we are crossing a road, bus gives us the horn so that people can move aside and the accident can be avoided. Dear students, at the starting of the chapter only we have enjoyed a loud music, right? So sound is a medium of entertainment. And not only sound, playing an important role in entertainment, protecting the people from danger, it also plays an important role in treating patients. For example, doctors use stethoscope to hear the heartbeat. To check, even doctor use, there are few instruments, okay, to check the hearing impact of the patients in medicine field. Now we will see that how the sound is produced. In our previous slides, we seen that some body is vibrating and it is producing this sound. Let's verify, is it true that sound is produced by a vibrating body? So now we are going to see how sound is produced. Here we are going to conduct a small activity. Students, science is a part of imagination. Science is a part of thinking ability. Now, as we are conducting our online sessions, we are making your imagination power strong. I would like to inform you that imagine the activity which we are performing right now. Here we are going to take a metal plate and hang it. Now, strike this metal plate with stick. After striking, touch the plate gently with your hand, as shown in the figure. You are going to take a metal plate and hang it or hold it and just strike it with a stick or spoon. Touch that plate gently with your hand. Tell me what you feel. Yes, any guesses? Yes, we feel the vibrations. And you know what is vibrations, right? When you put your mobile on vibration mode without ringing, we are able to see that our mobile is dancing, shaking. They are what? Vibrations. And because of that, Because of that vibrations, the sound is produced. Now first see, what is the definition of vibration? Vibration is the to and fro or back and forth motion of an object. And this vibration produces sound. Yes, students? So, we have come to know that vibrations of any object produces sound. Now, once again, we are going to see with the help of second activity that a sound is produced by a vibrating body. Now, here students, again, we'll make our scientific imagination strong. We are going to take 6 to 8 bowls or tumblers, fill them with water up to different levels in increasing order from one end to other. Just imagine that you have taken 6 glass bowls and you have poured water in it with an increasing order. Now take a pencil and strike the bowls gently in succession. Do you remember what kind of a musical instrument it is? It is a jal tarang. Jal means water, tarang means waves. Yes, this is a kind of a musical instrument which produces a pleasant sound and make our mind very fresh. What happens in Jaltara? How the sound is produced? In Jaltara, when we stick, when we beat a stick over a water bowl, water in the bowl vibrates, and when these vibrations come in contact with air, it produces sound. Would you all like to enjoy the music of Jaltara? So let's play the music of Jaltara. Yes, students, we and I had this Jaltara music had made our mind fresh, right? Now we all know that there are many musical instruments which make us mind fresh, and it's why because they produce us a pleasant sound. And how this musical instrument produces the sound? When these musical instruments are beaten or struck, they produces the sound. For example, manjira, harmonium. Looking at the picture of manjira, what do you remember? We remember that we are standing in front of Ganpati in Ganesh Utsav, right? This time we have missed all these things because of Corona pandemic, and we are playing this manjira for Ganesh. Yes, Ganesh ji. Now harmonium. Harmonium, this is also an instrument which produces a very nice sound, and with the help of this harmonium we can play different varieties of classical musics. Now see, here are few more musical instruments. Example, guitar, veena, sitar. Do you know, students, each musical instrument has different vibrating body, due to which that body part vibrates and it produces sound. In this picture, guitar, veena, sitar, okay, they have a string as a vibrating part. When the stretched strings vibrate, they produces the sound and make us feel happy. These are also few musical instruments, tabla, drum, mridangam, but they are different from guitar, veena and sitar. How? Because here in tabla, drum or mridangam, there is no string, stretched string, but here are stretched membrane. When this stretched membrane are beaten with stick or hands, they vibrate and they produces this sound. And again our mind gets fresh by listening this sound. Again few different musical instruments, for example flute and shehnai. This flute and shehnai are total different from tabla, guitar, veena, sitar, drum or mridangam. How? Because the previous musical instruments have stretched membrane or stretched strings. But here in flute or shehnai, there is no stretched membrane, no stretched strings. Then how does this flute or shehnai produces the sound? They have air columns on their palms, right? And these air columns, when shehnai or flute are blown, these air columns vibrates and they produces the sound. So we'll just revise the musical instruments and their vibrating parts. Veena, stretched string. Sitar, stretched string. Violin, stretched string. Veena, sitar and violin, the vibrating part which produces this sound is stretched string. Whereas in tabla, mridangam and drum, they have stretched membrane. When they are beaten with hand or stick, they produces the sound. In shehnai, flute and mouth organ, there are air columns which vibrates and produces the sound. Now students, we have studied that sound is produced by a vibrating object. Now let's move on to propagation of sound. Now what is this propagation of sound? We studied that sound is a wave. It is a form of energy, right? So now how these vibrating bodies are making us to understand that the sound is produced. Vibration created by due to the objects, the sound waves that require a transmitting medium like air and water to travel and then it reaches to our ears. Here, the vibrations created by an object when they are banged or when they are beaten or struck, sound waves are created and these sound waves requires a transmitting medium like air or water to travel and then it reaches to our ears. Now, when these waves reaches to our ears, they travel to the brain where they are identified or recognized for what they are. We all know that brain is the central controller of our body. Brain nerves identifies what kind of a waves has been reached to the ear and then to the brain and they make us understand that it is a sound. And this movement of waves is called as propagation. Now students, we are going to see that sound needs a medium to travel. We all studied that sound is a form of an energy. Sound is a wave. Sound is which wave? Sound is a mechanical wave and it's need a medium for propagation. Propagation means to travel. And we are going to see now that sound travels through solids, liquid and gases. But sound does not travel in vacuum. For this, again, we are going to conduct a small practical. Imagine students that you all are standing in a science lab of your school, right? And you are studying this activity. Here, a teacher has took an electric bell in an airtight bell jar. Connect the bell jar to a vacuum pump. If the switch is pressed, we can hear the sound of the bell. Now, teacher removes the air from that bell jar through a vacuum pump. Now again the bell is pressed, but switch is pressed. But here now we can't hear the sound of the bell. This shows that the sound needs a medium to travel, and sound cannot travel in vacuum. Students, this activity can be conducted only in the lab. But if we want to verify, sound needs a medium to travel at home. In this situation, in our online education situation. So one small activity you can perform at home. But now you are going to make your imagination strong. Okay. So here we'll take a metal or glass tumbler. In that, I'm going to place a cell phone. Okay. Now I'll ask my friend to give a call on this cell phone. What do you think? Can I hear the ringing sound? Yes, can I hear the ringing sound? Yes, I can hear the ringing sound. But when the air from the gas tumbler is removed, can you hear the sound? Yes. So our answer will be no. We cannot hear the ringing sound when it vacuum is created or when the air is totally removed from the glass tumbler. Why? Because no sound is produced in vacuum. This shows that sound requires medium for propagation. Now we are going to see sound travels through solids, liquids and gases. Dear students, have you enjoyed this kind of a playing activity with the help of two paper cup and a thread? What we do? In schools we can't buy a mobile, but if we want to play mobile, what we do? We take small cups, we tie a thread at both the end of the cups and we talk hello, right? Are you all and do you have you all enjoyed this kind of a playing activity? Yes, this activity is shows that sound travels through the solid thread of a telephone. Right, see here, these two students are enjoying by communicating with each other, but they don't have any techno-savvy device. They have very simple things that are two paper cups and thread. But even though they are able to communicate, why? It's because of the solid thread which act as a stretched string, and it gets vibrate, and you know that vibration produces the sound, and sound travels faster by string, that is by solid, than a liquid, a gas. Now we are going to see one more activity that usually at now also you can conduct at your house after finishing our online session, after enjoying our sound topic, that you are going to play a loud music in a row. Yes, but your friend who is in the next room with a closed door, do you think can he hear the sound of your music system? What is your answer? Can you hear can your friend hear a music across the door in another room? Our answer will be yes. Yes, he can hear, and even along with you, he is also dancing in his room. Why? Because sound can travel through solids, and this activity shows that sound can travel through solids. Now we will move on to sound travels through liquids. See this whale. It is searching for its prey. But how does the whale understand? There the preys are located. It's because of the sound. A whale listens to the reflected sound, that is echo, of the prey in water, and in that direction the whale moves to attack its prey. This shows that sound travels through liquid. Again, we are going to see a small activity. Here in this chapter, many activities have been conducted. The reason is that to develop your scientific attitude and to develop your scientific imagination. Now again, this here I am going to take a small tub, fill it with clean water, and I'm going to take a bell in one hand. And now I'll place this bell in that tub and shake the bell inside the water by placing my ear on the surface of water. Do you think, can I hear the voice? Yes? The answer is yes, I can hear the voice of the ringing bell. This activity shows that sound can travel through liquids. And students, this activity or this situation we can see in our everyday life every second and second. That is, we communicate with each other. I am talking to you all. You are giving me the reply. Teachers teaching, everyone communicating with each other. This shows that sound also travels through gases. Gases means air. In air, when we speak, the particles in the air vibrates and they produces the sound. Now these sound waves reaches to the ears and from ears they are sent to the brain. Brain gives the signal to identify which kind of a sound it is. Now students, we will move on to our assessment time. Before moving to the assessment time, we'll just do a small recall. We see in that sound is produced with the help of a vibrating body. Any object that vibrates produces the sound. Then we see that in our surrounding, different varieties of sounds are there. And these sound help us in protecting us from the danger. Sound help us to communicate. See, my dear students, there are two dumb people. Dumb means they are not able to speak. How they communicate? They communicate by with the help of signs, with the help of actions, but they are not able to speak. But the people who are not dumb, they speak. Their words come in contact with the air. Air vibrates, air gets vibrated, their words get vibrated and reaches to the other person's ear. Now, from the ear, their words are sent to the brain as signal. And now brain gives the answer that what this person is speaking. This is how the sound travel through solid, liquid or gases. Also we see in that sound travels through solids at a faster rate than gases. But do you know that sound can travel more faster in liquid as compared to solids and liquid gases? Now students, we will move on to our assessment time. You have to identify the given diagram. Yes, any answer? What kind of a diagram it is? Yes, students, can you give me the answer? What kind of a diagram it is?
Electric bell.
Very good. Excellent.
Electric bell.
Very good.
Bell.
Very
School
good.
bell.
Electric bell, school bell. Yes, very good. It is a bell, an electric bell. And we know that, right? When this bell vibrates, we are able to hear the sound, right? If it is a school bell, do you all remember, do you all missing the school bell? Very soon we will pray to God to just reopen our school very fast in a healthy environment so that again, once again, we will hear our school bell. Now, the second question is, can we hear a sound in space? Yes, students, can we hear sound in space? Any answer?
No.
No.
Why?
No.
Why we can't hear the sound
No.
in space? Why?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
right
Yes.
answer. We cannot hear sound in space. But I want to know why we can't hear sound in space.
Because there is no
It is
air.
because there is no air and moisture.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. There is no air. And we know that sound cannot travel in vacuum. But I want to know that how does the two astronauts who are traveling in the spacecraft can talk to each other? Do they talk to each other, or can they communicate with each other? What do you think? Yes, astronauts, can they communicate with each other in the space?
Yes.
How? How? How?
No, teacher.
Okay, okay, I'll explain you. See, in the space, when the astronauts are out of the spacecraft, okay, they cannot communicate each other. Why? Because they are not able to hear only. In the space, there is vacuum, and we know that sound will not travel in vacuum. Then, how do these astronauts communicate with each other? How can they hear? They can hear with the help of the space shuttle, because in shuttle there is some air, and because of that air the sound travels with the help of that air, and they are able to communicate. Understood, everyone? But where? Not in the space. They can communicate in the spacecraft, space shuttle. Once they are out of that space shuttle and try to communicate, they cannot hear to each other. Okay, why? Because in the space it is total vacuum, and sound cannot travel in vacuum. Next question. An object that does not vibrate cannot produce. Yes? An object that does not vibrate cannot produce. Any answer? Yes? We have seen that vibrations produces this sound. An object which vibrate, it produces this sound. And the object which will not
Sound.
produce, not
Sound.
vibrate, it will not produce.
Sound.
Very good.
Sound.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Now, the answer is sound.
Sound.
We are going to play a quiz. Okay, students, I'll just present my screen. Yes, we are going to play a small game. Okay. Are you able to use? Yes. Yes, you all are going to play. You all are going to play. You have to give me the answer. Okay, you have to give me the answer. I am just playing for you all.
2, 1, 0, go.
Yes. Tell me the answer. To and from motion of an object is called what? To and from a motion of an object is called what? Vibration or sound? क्या बोलते हैं? To and from motion of an object is called what?
Vibration.
Let's check. Let's check.
Vibration.
Sound.
Yes, it is vibration. Vibration. Why? Very good. Excellent. We will move on to the next question. Can anyone read this question? I want someone to read this question.
Which part of flute vibrates to produce sound?
To produce sound. Which part of a flute vibrates to produce sound? See, we have seen that different
Air column.
Okay.
Air
We
column.
will check it out. We will check it out. Yes. See, we have seen that different musical instruments produces sound by different vibrating parts. So answer is right. Air
Air
column.
column.
Excellent. Now
Air
we will
column.
go on to the next question. Sound travels more fast in
Sound
solids
travels.
or liquids? In what? Sound travels more fast in
Liquid.
solids.
Liquid.
Liquid.
Wait.
Let's check.
Liquid.
Okay. Now again we will move on to the next question. Sound need medium to travel or vibrate? Sound need medium to travel or vibrate? Yes. Wait, what is the answer? Sound needs medium to vibrate or travel. Tick tick 1. Tick tick 2. When object vibrates, it produces sound, but sound travels through, sound propagates. Yes, it travels. Now again, we will move on to the next. Yes, sound cannot travel through. Sound cannot travel through
Vacuum.
vacuum. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. So these boys. What do you all enjoy? Do you all enjoy the quiz?
Yes, yes.
So everyone, well done, students. Very nice of you that you all have understood the topic and you all are giving the right answers. So if you liked my video, my explanation, please comment on our BMC Edu English channel. Comment, like and share. Okay, we will appreciate your comments and likes. Thank you, students.